There we go. Progress on the A. So I cut the last inch and a half of the upper lip of the lower half of the cowl that I saved. So this is basically the lower half of the firewall, and inch and a half of the top piece of this one I just cut out, and what I could find of flat steel I cut out with it. And there's the other half of it I do have. So that's basically going to cover everywhere where the bolts are for the upper half, or bolting the lower half of the cowl to the upper half of the what becomes a gas tank. So I've got part of it welded in. I did all this later in the evening while I was pretty tired from work, so I should have made just a cardboard template to make it one nice piece, but I didn't. And well, the welder's just, it's not quite wanting to cooperate as nice as I wanted it to, but it'll clean up really quick with how I have it right now. Is this still on? Fantastic. So there's a light. Looks like I left it turned off. Nothing's broke on that more than usual. So there's the actual firewall that I currently have. I've got the cardboard pieces, and I've got one of the steel pieces cut out and ready to go in here. I gotta make the piece for here and weld that in, then clean it up, and then we're going to move to the other side of the firewall. So once I get the far side of the firewall done, I'm going to go in and probably, I don't know if I'm going to cut and basically get rid of this little bulged part of what used to be the firewall out of the way, but I want to make like a flat piece of steel come up from the bottom half of here, and then just either go completely square up and then just make a little box piece or flat piece of steel tie in over here, or I might try and make a slight radius to it to where it tapers it down to the same like distance in from the outer part of the cowl to the step part of where it bolts to the gas tank. Yeah, sorry, I should have taken a breath. So, a few ideas there. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go with yet, but I'm liking how it's going together. It's going to be a lot more structure than I've seen with a lot of these I've had like a firewall modified at all. So, it's going pretty well. Right now with the turbo or the power glide transmission I swapped into this, I should be able to fire the A if I really wanted to right now, which has got me excited. But I know it's a good engine. I've had it running on the stand, so I'll just wait to do that a little later on when a bit more of the car's put together. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put the battery. I might go over there on the passenger side, or I could try and be funky and put it where it used to be on the driver's side footwell. I don't know, just not really important stuff, but I am playing around with, this is a freebie steering wheel I got from a friend of mine, who I guess he just got cheap at a flea market or something. It's not perfect. I need to take it apart to fix where it popped apart, but modified it and got to fit onto the GM style splines, and yeah. So not much else to really cover with that other than just I gotta clamp the welds over on this side and eventually the other side of where I welded it to the actual part of the transmission tunnel. So it's currently what I got going on. It's a scrap Festiva hood if I haven't mentioned that. And yeah, I'm gonna play around with trying to get the Festiva, I don't know where they went. Well, yeah, the scrap Festiva gas pedal and brake pedal stuff, and see if I can make them actually fit up in where the gas tank used to be, and then possibly play around with where the column's coming in through the firewall, and maybe I'll push it up a bit more, but I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. There's a few things I need to just kind of take a step back and mock up with some parts, but we'll see what happens. So that's currently where we're at with that. The truck, I haven't really had time to do anything with it yet. I gotta take it to a shop to mess with the rear pinion seal that needs to be replaced. That's one of the few things I don't feel comfortable doing it with, kind of having to leave it out in the driveway. It's just too big to really get in here right now with the Festiva in for the winter. I say that, and it's one of the few days it's actually melted the snow and not been like 10 degrees. So that's about it. I had a crackhead want to buy this thing, and he was like, oh, if I buy it for $75, can I have the exclusive rights to all the scrap you get? Like, no. So anyways, I rambled on long enough. Hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.